Gaffer, Saturday, last game before Christmas, and I think what some might say is an exciting, some might say a daunting trip to Valley Parade, one of the bigger grounds here. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a massive venue. You know, it's been an ex-Premier League venue, and so it's a great opportunity for our players and our team and our supporters to go there and showcase what Salford's about. I think you know, the players have trained well so far this week. We'll obviously get down to the final match planning tomorrow, but no, these are the sort of venues and games that the club and the players consistently want to play at, and so it's a good test because they're a good team first and foremost. Before you know what size crowd it's going to be and the size of the ground, it's the team that we're playing, and they're a good team as well. So you know, we'll go there positive, looking to get the result, but we know it's a tough game for us.
I think similarly to us, after obviously they came down last year, they were billed as one of the favourites to go up. Do you think it'll reflect that, the two tags on the teams?
I think there's a lot spoken before the season starts about a lot of teams, and you know, it's certainly at this level, you know, it's not as cut and dried as that. So you know, teams like Bradford, Plymouth, Swindon, the bigger clubs in this division, as in, you know, resources and as support and their history, will always be in the favourites for promotion at this level. So, but regardless of that, you know, we go into the game focused on ourselves. It's not really, you know, at this stage of the season, it's not really paramount, you know, who the favourites are, who they ain't, or who it was in July. You know, everyone's played roughly about 20 games now and won and lost games, and you have to find your form. So all we're concentrating on is none of the, you know, pre-season sort of talk. It's about what we're doing right now and what they're doing. But you know, looking at last week's performance, the improvement from the week before's performance, we certainly feel the results were a little bit unjust, but that's the nature of football. But the performances for me showed gradual improvement and a lot to be positive about.
And just on that point, does that make training quite challenging when, you know, a lot of people acknowledge we played well in the last couple of games and, you know, just not managed to get the ball in the net really? Does that provide much of a challenge for you and the coaching staff? No,
it shows ourselves and the players that we're on the right path, that we're doing the right things in training. The players are, you know, taking the work on board and trying to put it in place when the pressure's on. And you know, every football team, every manager, every coach will work hard on the training pitch. It's down, and including the players, but it's down to the match days when you reproduce that work. That's the be all and end all really. But what I've seen from the players is they have took that on board and they have put it forward in the games. We haven't got the rewards as in the goals that we wanted to score, but certainly in our general performance and our general defensive performance has been quite good. And you know, over the course of 3, 5, 6 months, if you do the right things more often, then you'll get results. It's not a guarantee for any one-off game. You know, results can happen regardless of possession, shots, and all that sort of stuff. But over the course of a season, you generally, if you perform well, you'll get the results you deserve. So that's why we've got to continue to work in the way we are, trying to improve the players as individuals. They're busting a gut to do that, and they understand and they know that we should have got more out of the last 2 games than we did. But that doesn't mean we just rip everything up and throw it away.
And just finally from me, how's the fitness of the squad looking?
We've had a little bit of illness for the last probably 3 or 4 weeks. There's always been 2 or 3 players missing during the week, and you know, it's a little bit the same again this week. So we sort of wait until Friday morning, see who's here, see who's fully fit. You know, if you've missed a couple of 3 days training with illness, you know, even if you're fit on the Friday, it's took a lot out of you. So we'll see how a couple of guys are tomorrow, and then we'll. But as in football injuries, we're pretty much the same way we were before, and so we'll have a squad good enough to pick a good team from.
Thanks, Gaffer.
Okay.
Graham said on Saturday post-match that there wasn't really much that you could say to your players after such a strong performance. So what's the message been this week going into this game on Saturday?
We've just got on with the work. We haven't really, I wouldn't say we've talked a lot about the previous game. We've just reiterated when we're out on the training pitch the stuff that we looked for, the stuff that we then went and produced. But it's about the final touch, the final pass, the final shot, and having a little bit better quality. You can, people will talk about being unlucky, but I don't see it as about luck. I think it's about having that final bit of quality at the final moment and final bit of composure. So we're working with the players, but it's also important that you don't overdo it and make it a sort of a big thing in the mind, because the biggest thing about scoring goals is being composed and relaxed. So if you talk about it too much and work about it too much, it can have a counter effect. So we less talking, more doing this week, and the players are certainly working hard enough, and we know they do have the attributes and the qualities to produce the results that we're looking for, as in scoring goals. So it's just about taking it into games. We did that last week. Like I say, it was minimal, I could say, really, after the game, because of the players knew how well we played. We just have to, the one thing you can't do is feel sorry for yourselves, start feeling like we're unlucky, because that's not the case. It's the work that needs to take place, or the improvement that needs to take place, is within our grasp, it's within our control, so we have to control it.